Records of the Unknown, Operation Convergence, involve story elements that some may find disturbing, including violence, psychological horror, and depictions of suicide. Listener discretion is advised.
You are listening to an Atomic Broadcasting production, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the feature presentation. And remember, do your part, such as like, comment, rate, and don't forget to tell a friend to tune in for an Atomic Time.
Having learned little from Billy's friends at the reservoir, Agents Teal and Olive revisited the crew of Phenomenex, who were watching for unidentified lights in the night sky. At this time, Agent Olive procured from them an interview tape of Jane Allen. After all four agents reconvened at the motel, Agent Olive alone resisted sleep. She found herself paralyzed, unable to investigate motion beyond her door, and once she was free, Agent Teal was missing. Gone amidst a windstorm and bright light.
The truth is a fire thrust upon someone covered in gasoline. It hurts. Some do not take this truth, turning to denial or more destructive tendencies. Others take a more nihilistic direction. What does the horrible truth matter when nothing matters? The truth burns. Reactions to truth cannot always be controlled, but as agents of Delta Green, when confronted with the truth, if the truth cannot be controlled, cannot be contained, then it too must burn. September 14th, 2 a.m. A bright light shines down on all of you, except for Teal, who's missing. Wind pushes against you all. The buzzing grows, hearing it sounding less like buzzing, but more like rotors, as the lights disappear in silence.
What the actual heck?
Was that just a helicopter?
Well,
in the notes that Scott Adams mentioned, there's mentioned sightings of helicopters, also lights, that the lights were inconsistent, so he thought they were unreliable. I'm not sure how unreliable they were.
Well, there's our chopper sighting. 914, let's write it down.
Presumably a chopper.
All of you know, because of where you just were, because of the time right now, this is about when Carangola was expecting the lights. Your cars are still there. Your weapons are all still with you.
Well, where'd that chopper come from out of nowhere? How come we didn't hear it until then?
I don't know.
You know, there's been a few recordings of people going missing or losing time.
Did we just lose time?
No, but I think Teal did.
What's my watch look like?
2:30.
Lost an hour.
We lost an hour.
About 30 minutes. Oh, since you went outside. Now, could just be your watch.
My watch says 2:30. That means we would have lost half an hour.
And Teal is likely going to lose more than that.
I think Teal's lost a whole lot more. We've lost Teal.
Does anyone have any thoughts?
I have some theories. I mean, clearly we're dealing with something supernatural. All signs point to alien interactions.
All signs point towards alien interactions. Weird interactions. I don't know if they'd be alien. Why do we have children who are into high-level sciences? Children, except for Billy. I think most of their parents are aldermen.
But if consciousness is omniparent, or just is, or if consciousness, shall we say, is on open network, perhaps it wasn't them necessarily going into the sciences, but something communicating through them or with them.
Alright. Okay, where'd you guys go tonight?
We went to the reservoir.
What'd you find?
Not much.
TV crew?
TV crew was there. They didn't tell us really anything important. We talked to Billy's friends. They didn't tell us anything we didn't already know.
Who was Billy's friends was up there?
Jameson and Perry.
Jameson and Perry. Okay, and they know nothing?
Nothing.
And the TV crew saw nothing?
No. They thought they saw maybe something out of the corner of their eye one time, but they couldn't get it on camera, and I don't even know if it was actually a light that they were trying to see or if it was just some trick of the imagination.
That is the area that the town has talked about seeing lights before.
Do you think we should just go down there right now?
Well, the chopper sightings we're seeing in the hills area. Maybe that's their base of operations or whatever.
I will remind you all, it is raining heavily and also storming.
Why is there a chopper out in this weather?
It's not a chopper. I don't know anymore.
I think we should go out there right now.
It's the only other place that we saw the chopper that the chopper's mentioned in his notes. What do you think, Green?
Where do the people usually have shown up when they've gone missing? Was it in the forest trail that Jane Allen and Billy woke up in?
So, from what you understand of Billy and Jane's reappearances, is they just showed up back at home, like at the front door, as if they were coming home with their cars and such.
Okay.
So maybe
They showed up just at the door. Presumably Teal might do the same.
with lost time and
Potentially alterations. Billy had augmented strength. Jane Allen was pregnant. The cows were missing udders.
There's nothing that ties these together other than strange alterations.
I think I'm following you, Green. They started with the cows. They started dissection, mutilation, seeing how things were put together, and then they started alteration. Small things. Cows, animals, and now...
And also tapping into people's minds and memories, a collective unconscious. If the mind is an open network, what is coincidence but signs? Pay attention to signs and words of significance.
What was that file's name?
SZE, comma, T.
Okay, what can we... Though he mentioned specifically words in there. Was it one of them was genius, wasn't it? Genius. Yeah, Jesuit, French, Jesuits. Like Jesuit? Religion? You mentioned religion. What about those churches?
He mentioned religion in the sense that things being connected. We haven't checked the churches, but we also haven't heard anything about the churches. But what's the name of the churches?
Good question.
There's the Cross of the Holy Flame Baptist Church and the First Methodist Church.
Cross of the Holy Flame.
So, what's the game plan here? You guys...
I mean, you guys could go out to the hills and I could stay
I
here in
don't
case
think
he
we need to
shows.
split up anymore. We're already down one. And apparently whatever it is can stop somebody from moving. Oh, that could have been something. Well, no, that wouldn't have been something else.
She didn't go to sleep. It couldn't have been sleep paralysis.
No.
What did the message say again? The reverbed one?
Dealing with garbled. Has been a long time. We have many things to do. You're not sure what you're doing. Stop now. Stop now.
And I assume the voice didn't sound familiar.
Not to you guys.
We could take a quick trip around, see if we notice anything.
Yeah, that'd be great. We need to start doing something and standing here, going over mind puzzles and consciousness.
Swing by the churches.
It's the things that make you feel alive, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you could swing by the churches.
alive ain't the word I would have for it.
Are you wanting to take 2 cars or 1?
One.
You guys get in the car.
Oh crap, I'm in my pajamas.
It has trouble starting. Gives you that same trouble you've had before. But then it takes a little longer than normal to turn on, but it turns on after a while.
Anybody notice that that these vehicles are acting up?
Yeah, I did.
Teal, when they start driving off, could I get a power check from you?
Of course. 78 over 70.
Oh my gosh.
So as you guys drive past these churches, are you guys like going inside the churches to look for things, or what?
Look at them. See if we notice anything about them.
I want to
Cars.
see if there's any lights on inside the churches, if there's any cars, if there's any people around.
No, there's like church vans, but it's like lights are off, doors are locked.
No movement.
It doesn't look like anyone's been here for a while.
Okay.
You guys at Cross of the Holy Flame Baptist Church. So you guys are looking around. Can I get search checks?
24 under 40.
Oh!
69 over 40.
As you guys are looking at this place, are you guys like walking around the church to like double check that like,
Probably.
back doors are locked?
Probably looking in windows as well and stuff.
Green, as you're checking out the northwest side of this church, you see out in the woods, because this is on the northwest side of town, a lavender light, followed by a cyan, an orange, and then something you don't recognize. A color that doesn't make sense to you. Could you roll a sanity check real quick?
67 over 38.
Oh, gosh.
You lose 1 sanity point. So as you see that light and you realize that the church is not active right now, you can see that light. It's like northwest of you, but it seems to be still going northwest.
Was I the only one that saw it? Presumably?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you all come over here?
What do you got?
Olive, what colors did you see?
Lavender, cyan, orange.
And?
Did I see that one that didn't make sense?
You've seen it before. You did not see it last night. The two of you have already seen these colors.
What?
You saw these colors too, in your little episode.
I did.
And as he's pointing that out, two of you are like kind of drawn back to the visions that you both received for just a moment, and you both feel that just little tingly buzzing in the back of your heads.
Just see Gray once again scratch the back of his head, which wasn't a habit before this. What colors were those again?
Lavender, cyan, orange, and undescribable. See, that's the ticket, isn't it?
We need to follow those
It's
lights.
going northwest.
We gotta go now.
We have to drive through the woods.
And Olive knows a path through the woods.
I do.
We need to pursue it.
All right. Just keep our heads. Keep our heads. Olive, you drive.
I'll drive. But hand me a cigarette out of the glove box.
Sure.
Olive, I'm also very tired. Do you have any kind of stimulants?
Not on me.
There's a gas station right next door.
I need to grab something real quick.
Sorry. Greed quickly sprints,
She's
goes
in
into the door, comes out with some coffee.
And he just starts chugging it. I was like, we're on the cusp of something amazing. Do we have a knife, like a combat knife?
Yes.
Probably.
I'm going to start duct taping it to my stump.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, tracing the lights through
Yes,
the woods.
you definitely have some weapons. Like you mentioned, you have at least 1 shotgun, some service pistols.
Gray's just hugging that shotgun close to his chest, just very controlled breaths. All right.
You guys drive down to the path through the woods that Olive and Teal went down to see Phenomenex. You pull up right next to Phenomenex's van, and that's about as far as you can go before it's too wooded.
Can we still see the lights, or are the trees blocking it?
Actually, the lights were only pretty brief.
Okay.
The Phenomenex van is still there. You don't see them there, but you do see their fire through a bit of the woods.
Okay.
Did Phenomenex say they were going to be camping out?
Yeah, they did.
Do we think more people?
What do you mean?
More people means more coverage. Unless we just want to go 3 of us.
I don't think we need to take the time to drag them into this.
Are they even there?
They're not by their fire.
Well, you can't see them by their fire. It's too wooded. You'd have to go to the fire to see.
We need to go that way, and they're that way, so let's just go.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, if there's lights that are coming through, they are already camped out.
True. They might have seen something. Or they might have taken them. Who knows?
Either one's a useful answer.
They got cameras.
They do have cameras probably already set up.
How far away are they? Like, you can see the light, but how far
They're
away?
like a quarter mile. When you get to the fire, it's very quiet. The fire is starting to really simmer down, like it hasn't been taken care of for some time. As you guys step in, you see their camera laying on the ground.
Is it rolling still?
Yes. You see a little bit of blood, and you see Danny frozen like he can't move.
I'm going to check for a pulse.
There is a pulse. Very faint. It doesn't even feel like he's really even breathing.
Can we move him? Like, literally move him?
Yeah.
Which direction is he looking?
Up and to the right.
Would that be northwest?
It would actually.
That's the same thing that happened to me.
Gray just grabs the camera next to it. Still recording.
Yeah.
He hits stop. Is it one of those you can rewind on it?
It is a digital camera. I think you could rewind on it.
He hits rewind.
So basically what you see...
Yeah.
You hear Frank is like pointing out, and there's a light that it looks up at. And then the camera gets jostled and falls to the ground. And you see someone's legs barely at the top of the frame, like not even touching the ground, like going up. And then there's nothing.
Was there any sounds in the recording?
It did not play back sound.
That's not any technology that I know of.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Sure. Danny. Danny? Just whack.
How long were you paralyzed for?
Like 30 minutes.
When did that happen in the recording?
Look at the timestamp.
20 minutes ago.
If it's anything like what happened to you, he has perhaps just 10 minutes, maybe less, depending on biology and metabolisms.
Yeah.
How many were with the crew?
3.
Greg, could you roll sanity? Because you watched the footage.
Is Danny is the one that's there?
Yes.
Is he sweating?
Yes.
50. Below 51.
You only lose 1 sanity point.
I love it.
So, you think you have about 10 minutes left before he wakes up. Or starts to be on the move, possibly. Assuming it works the same.
Here. Just shoves a shotgun over to Olive.
What do you want me to do with this?
Hold that.
Were
I
you fully
go and I
conscious?
grab Dan.
What?
Were you fully conscious when you were paralyzed?
Yeah, you just could only stare forward.
I go in to grab, while this is happening, I grab Dan in like in a fireman's carry. Well, take him with us.
Hello, Dan. Nice to meet you. We're on the move. I'm going to take their camera, and I'm just going to hit record and carry it in my only hand.
Okay.
Oh, at least somebody can document this foolishness.
You 3 continue on northwest. After about 7 minutes, the camera starts staticking out.
We're close, I presume.
What up?
And in those next 3 minutes, Dan begins waking up. And he seems like he's about to start screaming.
I just quickly put him down and cover his mouth. Dan, shut up. Shut up. And I just want to get us all killed.
You can say what you need to do, but just say it quietly.
He kind of starts calming down. It's just very sweaty. Like slimy sweaty all over you.
Are you going to be quiet now?
He nods,
Okay. What do you remember?
Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. We know. Somebody got lifted off into space.
Why are you acting so nonchalant about that?
Well, I didn't see it. Except I did.
They took the others.
Who's they?
I don't know. They look
What?
like little... I don't know what they look like.
Little green men.
No, I didn't get to see them.
They have voices.
No, there were a lot of lights.
Was it like a chopper?
No, I don't think so. It was just lights, and then I couldn't move, and I couldn't
Lavender,
see the others.
cyan.
Lavender.
Cyan, orange, and then one other.
It faded into so many things, and there were a couple lights, and I couldn't tell what some of them were. Oh my god, what's happening here? We never found anything that's this real before. Is this why you guys were really here? Was Frank right? Is the drugs a cover story?
Yeah. I mean, we can't hide it now, yes.
Oh my goodness. Do you have a weapon I can use?
I have a pistol.
You have a pistol. You have a secondary pistol.
I do.
Do you want to share it with him?
No.
Okay. Then you...
Here. Hand him the camera. Or no,
I'll hand him the camera.
I pointed the camera.
I have one hand. I would like it to
Why
be
do
free.
you want me to take the... I don't know how this thing works.
Just hit record and point it at whatever
It's
is
all
weird.
just static.
It's already recording. Just point it in the direction. We can maybe get something out of it.
Does it record sound?
Generally, we have the microphones through it, but I'm not sure. I don't know how this stuff works, man. I'm just standing in front of it.
Oh no, you're the pretty boy.
All right. Whatever. Just hold it. Maybe it'll clear up later. Let us know if it does.
Yes, I'll do that. He'll... With his left hand, he has the camera. With his right hand, he reaches into his boot and pulls out a pistol.
My man.
Frank always told me never to bring this. It really paid off today. He was always afraid.
Try
I
not
could
to shoot yourself
something
in the
if we
foot.
found-
Let's go.
All right, he's super shaky.
Don't shoot us.
Move.
There we go.
The four of you continue to move northwest. You see the trees starting to part, like it's going into a field. As you move up to the tree line, looking out over, you see a barn.
Is there a scarecrow in it?
Well, yeah, there's one or two.
In empty field, there's a barn.
Yes, it looks like most of it covered. So a lot of the windows, or like where light would come through, is covered.
Like boarded up.
Gotcha.
Does it seem like there's a farmhouse anywhere in sight?
No,
How about what's the field look like?
mostly dirt.
Any tracks?
No. How do you guys want to approach the barn?
Carefully.
On the side without the least amount of windows.
Do you guys want to try and roll stealth or equivalent?
I will try and roll stealth.
Sure.
I will say that I think you guys are also welcome to argue other skills. I don't know what your stealth is, Abby.
50.
I would allow criminology, for example.
My criminology is 60.
I'll take criminology for knowing how to best approach
84 over 30.
Danny got 973 over.
18 under 60.
40 under 60. Sorry, 46 under 60 criminology.
So the two of you are sneaking up, and the other two are not as sneaky.
Green's kind of wincing, and she's just like, I gotta pee so bad.
I'm horrified right now. This is ridiculous. And you guys approach the barn.
What do we hear?
What are you can roll alertness to try to hear. The barn door is not like fully closed. It is like a little ajar.
53 over 40.
13 under 20.
You hear the sound of very muffled, faintly, some metal clinking. Maybe something that sounds like maybe could be machinery of sorts, but like it's very faint.
Metal clinking like a wind chime, or
no, like stuff being maybe like set down or like tapping.
it's either the wind or there's someone in there, I presume.
Well, what do we want to do? Guns blazing, or?
I think we should try at least sneak in. Maybe take him by surprise.
It's only one door.
Do you want just the two of you to try and sneak in, or do you want all of you, or?
Why don't you two, Green and Dan, says you're jumping around too much, and you I don't know about. We'll try first and then we'll follow. Sound good? Nobody gets left behind.
Sounds fine to me.
If there's anything weird out there that you see, just come in.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird, but better in numbers.
All right, make sure that safety's off, Olive.
It already is.
And you see Gray double check the shotgun.
As you guys step in, Teal, I'm gonna give you one more power check.
And I'm going to fail one more power check. Let's go. Oh, hey. 59 under 70.
You begin to wake up. You're
Oh.
laying down. It's cold. You feel weird right now. Looking around, you see light blinking, dark, and you see the back of someone. They've got their back turned, like they're looking at medical instruments. They look small, not small, like maybe 4-foot-ish, completely gray and not wearing clothes. Looking down, though, you feel that your body can't fully move yet, but you can kind of, looking down, your stomach is open and you're missing several organs. Would you like to roll sanity?
95 over 67.
You lose 6 sanity. Would you like to project that, or would you like to take the temporary insanity?
I'm going to project that. So I do a D4. 3.
3. Who are you projecting that on?
I'm going to project it onto my bartender.
So it's still looking away from you, and you're starting to regain some ability to move. As you're like laying there, you can hear maybe a bit of creaking in the floorboards above you, as if another person is moving around.
Can I speak?
It's hard, but you could start to work your vocal cords like that if you want to speak.
I think I would try, but once I realized nothing came out, I would stop.
Okay. You're starting to be able to move again. You want to try something, or, I mean, your stomach is pretty open right now too.
Yeah, and all my innards are out.
A lot of them are missing right now. And you see them on the table next to you. And in a vat of this gray, oozy substance, it looks like they're making facsimiles of those organs.
Is there anything I can grab?
There looks like there's something that's kind of, you would call it maybe a knife, but it doesn't look like any knife you've seen before, but it looks sharp, and it's kind of in arm's reach.
Weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I know what organs are out of my body, or is it just like all of them?
There are digestive organs, livers, and kidneys.
I'm gonna grab for the knife, and I can't do anything with it, right? Like everything's too far away from me.
At this second, you can hold it, and if it comes back to you, you could try something.
Okay, then I'll do that. I'll wait.
All right. A bit of time passes. Around you, everything looks so weird, and there's like big mounds of fungus on the wall. There's like a couple of even what we would call holograms kind of around. You can see in the corner of your eye, it looks like some people sleeping, but like images of them. And this little gray thing turns back towards you. Its eyes are like really large, and one of them looks like it might pop out. And its teeth are very sharp as it holds this large syringe device and starts walking towards you.
What I want to have happen, I want to wait until he gets close enough to me, but before he can do anything with the syringe,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to try to stab him in his eyes.
All right. Olive and Gray, You step into this barn. It looked normal outside. Inside, all the walls have been reinforced with some sort of spray epoxy. There's like this dry resin-like matter that's like too opaque to really see through. That covers most of the doors. There are a couple of large fungus-type clumps on the wall. There are a large number of strange instruments all around. You can hardly understand what they would do. There's lights glowing, there's pulsing. Everything has a sort of weird fungal, biological look to it. And there are 5 tubes filled with some transparent liquid, with one of them as a body of a young boy in it. And there are several operating tables. On one of these, you see right away Teal, with his stomach open and several organs missing. And about this 4-foot tall little gray guy with large bulbous eyes, one of which looks like it might fall out. Sharp teeth with you would almost call it a syringe, heading towards him, and it stops and looks up at you guys. We're going to move into initiative order here. It'll be just dexterity, highest to lowest. Jenkins, would you like to roll now?
The only thing that I can roll would technically be melee weapons.
I'm going to give you 40%. Because of these two coming in, guns in their hands, it is fully not paying attention to
Okay.
you.
With the 40%, that is a 62 under 70.
Awesome. So I'm going to give you a d6 of damage.
Do I plus any strength or anything to that, or?
I'm going to do d6 plus 1, just for the weapon and its sharpness. Ooh, it rolled a 1. It is not stunned, but it takes 5 points of damage.
Lift
Presumably.
up my arm and stab it in the eye.
Which eye?
The bulging one.
It starts to shriek, and now you two can also hear some creaking upstairs. So we're going to start initiative order. Olive, this thing just got stabbed by a very open Teal.
Very open. I'm going to shoot the blob. Or try to shoot the blob.
You mean the gray guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can shoot him. Go for it. He is going to attempt to take cover by dodging. He failed to dodge.
Good. It's a 1.
Oh. A 1?
A 1.
That is the most crit of crits.
Double damage. So roll a d10 and double it.
10. That's doubled.
Okay, what happens to this thing?
It explodes.
Lime green, bluish blood gets all over Teal and your open wounds. Green.
Well, at the sound of a gun, I'm going to run in there, and then I'm going to see Teal. In the height of the intensity of the moment, do I have to make any checks?
Let's go ahead and give everyone sanity checks.
10 under 37.
46 under 50.
26 under 81.
98 over 64.
Hey, it's not a critical fail. 2. You lose 2 sanity.
Oh, I'm fine.
No, I want to save you.
Green, it's your turn.
Do I need to make a check because of my breaking point issue?
Yes, make a sanity roll for
Oh,
that.
gosh.
Thank you.
38 over 37. So as he kind of rushes in there with his blade hand drawn, he stops and looks at Teal and the exploded alien, and he's just standing there and he's just staring. And his mouth kind of switches between like he's wanting to scream and smile at the same time as he's just kind of staring and shaking, and his pants start to darken.
One of these large fungus masses begins to move. It looks like it's some sort of almost like a crab mixed with fungus.
What?
And it begins blinking on it where it's like eyes and head are, the colors that you've seen, as it kind of looks down at you guys. And it has a little gun attached to one of its arms. It's going to shoot electricity at Olive. Would you like to try to take cover?
Yes.
That does take your turn next
That's
turn.
fine.
All right, roll dodge. And all of you will also need to make a sanity roll seeing it as it looks like it's both in this reality and not in this reality at the same time. An almost ethereal look to it. Abby, what was your dodge roll?
11 under 40.
11 under 40. It rolled an 18 as a success. You are stunned. So just kind of like how you felt before when you just couldn't move, but you feel this electricity moving throughout your body, just seizing all of your muscles like you can't move. So it just kind of stands up on one of the operating tables. As it's like shooting, it moves up onto this operating table. It looks like it's there and then it's like not there, but it's still there. This phasing, almost translucent sometimes as its colors begin to keep flickering and it looks around.
For my sanity roll, I rolled a 65 over 37.
61 over 50.
Forgot about this.
I got a 54 under 62.
Abby, what'd you get on your sanity?
Oh, yeah, it was a 60-something under 81.
Olive, gray, and teal all took 1 sanity damage, while green took 2. It is now teal's turn. Teal, as you're thinking about what to do, you guys hear a thunk upstairs, like something just collapsed, and then a second fungus mass begins to move, and it leaps out. This one's running up at gray with some little like nippers. So you could, in this case, attempt to fight back or dodge as it's attacking you with its melee.
I dropped the gun.
You drop the gun. Okay, what are you going to use?
Unarmed combat.
Just straight up?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to try and punch or roundhouse kick.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, well, it's going to try to attack you, and you're going to do that. What'd you get?
Sven.
I feel like Sven actually failed the sanity check in real life.
What happened?
100?
Yep.
Oh,
no.
That sucks, but it failed. So nothing happens.
Is anyone near Teal? What's going on with that? Who's near me?
Oh, no one. None of them are near you.
I don't think I can do anything, so I'm just gonna wait until something gets close enough for me to try to stab it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna lay there, trying to regain my voice.
It would have been Gray's turn, but you just fought back. So now it is Danny's turn. Danny runs in with his gun, and he misses. Oh no! He rolled a critical fail with his gun. Gray, you take 1 point of damage as the bullet grazes you. It's actually back up to the top. Olive, you are stunned.
Yep.
So you feel it start wearing off. Green,
Another check? Or am I free?
go ahead and try again.
42 over 35.
It is now the creature's turns again. The one with the lightning gun is going to attempt to shoot Gray this turn. You can attempt to dodge if you'd like, or just see if it'll miss.
Let's dodge. 20 under 50.
You successfully dodged and evaded. Because you did that, the other one's going to attempt to use its nippers on Olive.
No.
It comes up. It's this weird, almost pitch black creature. Looks like it's plantish with a bit of crab features. A bunch of eyes glowing on its head as it tries to snap at you. Do you want to fight back or dodge? Or
Am I still stunned?
no. At the end of your turn, you're no longer stunned. If you dodge or fight back, you'll lose your next turn.
I'll fight back.
All right. Roll to attack with a melee or unarmed weapon.
22 under 50.
That's a critical success.
Woo!
What are you using?
Unarmed combat, so I'm going to punch it in the face.
Because of your cocaine, when you punch it, you're dealing 1d4 plus 1.
Roid raid!
Times 2, because you crit.
Okay, see guys, this is why you do drugs. 4 minimum damage for a crit.
It loses 4 HP. That's the end of its turn. Teal, you're still holding a knife.
Oh no, I left my knife in that thing's eye.
Oh, you have nothing.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm
Right.
waiting until something
I
gets
will
close to
continue
me.
to let you essentially ready your action.
Yeah.
Gray, you dodge, so you don't get a turn. Danny's gonna try to shoot again.
Go, Danny,
Don't
go! Shoot
Danny,
at me!
Danny.
Shoot the blob.
Oh! Then he hits with a 36 under 40. He deals 1 point of damage. As he shoots this creature, the bullet goes through it as it seems like it phases out of reality and phases back in, and the bullet seemed to do nothing.
What?
It is now back up to the top of the round. All of you just use your turn on a fight back. Green, would you like to try and roll out of your fugue state?
Please.
43 over 35. so close to the answer to the reality.
It is now the creature's turns. The one with the gun, now that you're getting closer and starting to punch people, he starts to back up. He backs up in range of your crippled friend.
No.
I would like to try to pin him and essentially grapple him.
Yeah, sure.
That's unarmored.
It's a defense roll.
I failed with a 70 over 50.
No.
So it dodges out of its way, but it used its turn dodging.
Nice.
Then I guess it moves to the other one's turn, who's going to attempt to nip back at Olive again.
Can I fight back?
You can.
I rolled a 10
A 10.
under 50.
Olive, you succeeded. It failed. It rolled 91 over. As you go to punch it, your hand goes through it and then comes back as if it phased out of reality and you didn't harm it.
I have choice words for you, and they're not nice, so I won't repeat them.
Teal, you used your turn, so now it's Gray's turn.
Gray saw the bullet go through it, didn't do damage. Gray watched Olive punch it, and it phased in and out. Gray remembers the thump upstairs and runs upstairs.
You run upstairs, and what you see is some more instruments, some holograms, and you see images of people at their homes sleeping, like projections of them. And you see a Gray slumped over.
I shoot at the Gray.
You shoot it, and it just dies.
You did it.
Good job.
It explodes. It was like completely inert, and you just shot it.
Anything else in the room?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff you don't understand in the room.
Just want to say he unloads in there. He just shoots all the instruments.
I'll allow you to start working on that.
Okay.
It is Danny's turn. He's going to try again. He misses. It is now back up to Olive, but you've been fighting back, so you're good. It is now Green's turn. Green, would you like to try and...
63.
Oh my...
It is the creature's turn. The creature next to Teal is going to try and nip down on him. Would you like to fight back?
I don't think so.
You take 2 hit points.
Okay.
The other one is going to again attempt to attack Olive.
Can I dodge?
Yeah, if you'd like to, you can try to dodge.
37 under 40.
Alright, you have successfully dodged out of its way. It is now back to Teal's turn.
I would like to try to continue to pin this thing down. 71 over 50. I'm just going to like whisper and like continue to try to talk.
That does not help my sanity.
So now it's Gray's turn.
Okay, in that room full of holograms of what looks like sleeping people, where the Gray man was, you said he was slumped over. Is there a control board or something?
If there is, you do not understand it.
I don't care about understanding it. Does it look like a control board?
You have no idea. It's just some sort of thing. It's just like, this is one of many things you've seen all over the place. You've seen images of them in other places too. It's not just here. But you do also notice looking around upstairs, the rest of the upstairs is untouched by their weirdness. Just this one spot here.
You can just see him. He's like panicking a little bit, and then he's just like, what this is? And he's like, wait, there's. He pulls out a lighter and he tries to light the exposed wood on fire.
That would probably work, and I'll let that be your turn. It's now Danny's turn. He's gonna try again. He actually does hit this time,
Woo! Good job, Danny boy.
and the bullet goes through.
Bad job, alien.
You rolled a 1 for damage. Second time in a row. Back up to Olive, but you dodged, right?
Yep.
Green.
19.
So you have your turn.
So I've just been panicking for like half a minute, and I'm just like, and then I'm kind of unpanicking. So there's 2 crabbers. One's next to Teal, one's next to Olive. I guess I'm just gonna charge the stab, because I mean,
All right. Do you want to roll melee weapons?
I guess so, or I can wait and aim and then boost my chances. Can you aim with a melee weapon?
Is there any rule against it?
I'll allow you to aim with a melee weapon. That sounds fine.
I'm not looking good, so I'm probably going to recenter myself before I charge in. So I will take this turn to aim with my knife.
Then that would move it to the creature's turn. The one next to Teal disappears and reappears right next to Gray. Could everyone roll a sanity check for seeing that happen, as it seems to just phase out of existence and then refade? All right, Jack.
And I fail.
74 over 35.
Jenkins.
18 under 61.
Abby.
13 under 80.
Sven.
66 over 49.
Jack and Sven both take 1 sanity point of damage.
I'm at my breaking point.
Oh, God.
Wait, you hit your breaking point, Jack?
34 at 34.
You both hit your breaking point
48.
right now. That's okay. We'll deal with that later.
You. Did my fire take at least?
Yeah. The other one continues its attack against Olive. Would you like to do anything, Olive?
No.
No?
No.
That's kind of funny. The one time you say no is the only time it succeeded. This
That's
attack.
fine.
You take 4 points of damage. And you are pinned. You doing alright there?
I'm fine. Fan-freaking-tastic.
Teal.
What else is around me that I can,
You
utilize?
could try to move a little bit further and start grabbing some instruments.
What do the instruments look like?
Do you roll alert?
85 over 50.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple of sharp utensils near you that you might be able to make use of, but you'd have to start moving.
Teal's gonna take a look around the room, see that you're pinned by a weird crab monster, see the one disappear, and I see you just entering.
I mean, I've been in there for a couple times.
But I've just noted you're just now moving. And I'm going to look at you and just be like, fight! And I'm going to try to move, but I'm assuming it's going to hurt me and grab one of the instruments.
Roll Constitution.
56 under 60.
You take 1 point of damage, and you grab one of those instruments. Bray, this thing has just appeared right next to you. You've started a fire. What are you doing?
He has this panic look on his face, like...
He did reach his breaking point.
What are you doing? This thing's in front of you. It's long and slender. It's kind of wet. Smells of mushroom.
My fire's lit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
So it begins flashing colors, a couple colors that you can't comprehend.
I rip my shirt off.
Okay. You rip your shirt out.
And I throw it on it and try to make sure it lands in the fire.
Do you have a skill you'd like to use for this?
I want to say unarmed combat because that makes the most sense in everything I'm looking at, but...
That's fine. That can work. It'll attempt to dodge.
Good, 20. Under 60.
Alright, that is successful. The fire's going at the rate where the fire's at right now. I'm just going to roll a d4 for damage. And it's going to take 2 points of damage. The lights begin flashing a cooler bluish color. So Gray, you've successfully done that. We'll move on to Danny, who will take another shot and will succeed. Will he roll 1 damage again? He will deal 6 damage to this vegetable crab creature.
The bullet impacts the crab creature.
Does it actually hit it?
It does. It does 6 points of damage. It is not stunned. And now Danny needs to reload next turn.
Oh.
Back up to Olive. Olive, you are pinned. Use either your strength score or your unarmed combat.
11.
That's a critical success. It failed to keep you pinned. So what I'm going to let you do is roll unarmed damage with this critical success on a pin.
Which is 1d4?
1d4 plus 1.
2.
2. It takes 2 points of damage. It's not looking good. From that bullet, it had a large chunk of vegetation barely holding on, and with your escape from its pin, that chunk falls off. And there's this oily looking neon multicolored substance coming out of it. And it is now Green's turn. Green, you aimed your knife.
As I just charge forward to stab the one that Olive is engaged with.
Alrighty, go for it.
35 under 50.
Hey!
Because I aimed.
Is this just an ordinary knife or a combat knife?
I think it was a combat knife because we got it from our supplies.
That's
you know.
1d6.
4.
4. It's dead.
And I'm just going to be stabbing just repeatedly over and over and over going, ah!
So that one slumped into pieces as Green is just tearing it apart with his knife. The one next to Gray currently has a shirt over him and he's sitting on fire. Will start his turn by taking a d4 of damage. It phases out of the fire and takes no damage. It is going to use its nippers and reach out to attack Gray. Gray, you can fight back or dodge.
Gonna fight back with unarmed, but I fail with a 92.
It failed as well. After it fails to attack you and is in the fire, 4 other fungus pods begin to open up and move, and they all look around at all of you guys, look at the fire, and look at what's going on, and they all phase out of existence, those 4. Now it's Teal's turn.
Teal's going to go over to Olive and like kind of use her as a support. Give me your lighter and run. And sort of like wobbling.
I'm not leaving you here.
I'm gonna die. Give me your lighter and run. And I'm just pointing at my organs and then at my stomach.
I put a hand on your shoulder, half supporting you, and give you my lighter.
Gonna lean over to the wall, light things on fire, and just be like, run.
Alright, Gray's turn. Fire's burning.
Is it getting bigger?
Yeah. What would you like to do? You could try and pin it in the fire. Then
I
it
think
would.
at this point I'd try to shoot it.
Oh, okay. Get your shotgun ready.
38 under 50.
Alright, you beat it as it tries to escape. So roll 2d10 damage.
8 damage.
Well, it takes 8 damage. And it is not stunned, as it takes over half of its hit points. Just blow off a large chunk of its vegetation. It's Danny's turn. He reloads. Olive?
I'm going to yell at Gray, who I assume I saw run upstairs. I'm going to yell, get out, run, and then grab hold of Green's still in existence hand or arm or whatever, and try and pull him out of the barn.
So you grab Green and start pulling him out.
As I'm yelling for Gray to run.
Green, it's your turn. Do you just keep going?
I want to try and grab Danny, I guess, as I look at Teal, and I'm not going to resist getting pulled away, but I'm just going to scream Teal. Teal! I forgot your real name.
Last creature upstairs is going to attack Gray with its pincers. It will take damage at the start of its turn. It takes no damage. It attacks you with its nippers.
I fight back with the shotgun. I'll unarmed attack it. I miss.
Well, it missed as well. Teal, it's your turn.
I would like to just continue to light everything on fire if possible. Just slowly make just lighting things on fire.
Oh, it's time. We roll a constitution check.
32 under 60.
You take 4 damage. Danny continues to leave with you guys. And then it's back to Green and Olive. Do you two just continue to get out?
I'm still running, screaming for Gray to get out.
Do you leave the barn, or are you still in the barn?
I'm leaving the barn.
As you leave the barn and you look out, there is a helicopter landed outside. There is what looks like 5 heavily armed men dressed up in black, and one thin, tall man in a black suit and tie walking towards you guys. And then we will go to Green's turn. I assume you also step out of the barn with her, following in tow, which then means it goes back to Teal's turn, who's lighting more things on fire and needs to make another constitution check. So
Well, actually, before I do that, does it look like, unless they had like immediate access to water?
Yeah, the fire's going.
Okay, then I'm just gonna lay down and accept my fate. I'm gonna stop moving.
Alright, roll constitution. As like blood and there's different organs just trying to just hang out of your body at this point, and blood is just gushing out.
49 under 60.
6 damage.
I am dead.
Oh.
With your confidence that the fire is going, you succumb to your injuries and take a nice deep sleep, knowing that you may have just saved all of their lives. Gray. It's that thing that's your fighting's turn. It goes before you.
It takes damage, hopefully.
Hey, it takes 4 damage. It is going to attack you.
I'm going to fight back on that. 3.
And you're using the butt of your rifle?
I'm punching this thing.
Alright, 1d4 minus 1.
1.
It phases. You punch and you phase. Back up to Olive and Green's turn. What do you guys do as these people continue to move towards you?
What do they look like?
It's like 3 in the morning, and they're like 200 feet away from you. There's some light. They look like they're dressed in all black. The one guy looks like he's in a suit, while the others look like they're in commando.
Does it look like they see us?
Yes. They've got guns, lots of guns, and They don't have them like aimed at you right now, but they are moving towards you slowly. They're walking kind of casually.
I'm going to stop, personally.
You guys want to kind of stop and wait?
I want to run, but I think I'm going to get shot, so I'm going to stop.
I want to wait for Gray to actually make it out.
Take
The creature is going to attack you
Take
one last
damage.
time.
It needs to take damage.
And it's rolling to attack you.
Is it going to take damage?
It doesn't take damage. Also, at this point now, that fire is big, and so is the one below you.
You might just run.
I run.
You're running?
Yeah.
Can you roll me a luck check?
69.
As you start to run away, you remember hearing all that creaking?
Yeah.
The boards you run on give out.
Cool.
And break as you start to fall.
Sweet. And?
There's fire below you.
And?
And you're gonna land in the fire.
Cool beans.
For falling, you take 1 point of damage. For the fire, you take 4 points of damage. That'll be your turn. Danny flips out, drops his gun, and he's freaking out. Green and Olive, you continue to wait.
I'm turning around and looking at the barn, waiting for Gray.
Alright, smoke is starting to come out. Fire is a-burning.
Like, if I don't see him soon, I'm going to flip out and actually probably go in.
Green, are you doing anything? Or are you also doing the same?
I would like to pick up Danny's gun, and then I'm just going to stay beside Olive.
Gray, the creature, looks down at you. The lights start going this nice, vibrant pink, and then black out as it burns. And the fires continue to go. Gray, at the start of your turn, you're in fire. I'm going to roll damage. 2.
Okay. I run out.
You run out. You're able to run outside and join them. You're coughing. The smoke is everywhere. These men start getting very close. You see one distinguishing feature on these men. They all have a patch on their shoulders. A triangle. Kind of purple. On one corner, it says Supra. On the other, Et. On the bottom, Ultra. In the middle of the triangle, surrounded by stars, is the Earth, with a dagger plunging into the Earth. And as they step forward, we're going to end the session right here. Thank you for tuning into our program. If you haven't already, we encourage you to check out our weekly show, The Written and the Lost, a Pathfinder 2e actual play podcast. We'd also like to take this time to thank Arc Dream Publishing for the system and setting of Delta Green, and to John Scott Tynes and everyone else who worked diligently to give us this edition of Operation Convergence. Information on music used is found in the description. Thank you, and have an atomic time.